Welcome to the AXA Engineers Podcast, Episode 12.
Hello, everyone. Today, we're diving deep into how modern engineering is tackling some, pretty long-standing challenges in infrastructure projects.
Yeah, and how a strategic approach can really transform project delivery.
We'll be looking at the critical role of building information modeling, or BIM, and crucially, how specialized civil engineering outsourcing partners like AXA Engineers are making this powerful tech accessible.
Making it really effective for firms like yours.
Exactly. This isn't just, about adopting new software. It's really about fundamentally rethinking how infrastructure comes to life.
From concept to completion and beyond, right?
All the way through.
It's about turning those familiar headaches, the ones project delays, budget overruns, those nasty on-site surprises.
Yeah.
Turning those into moments of efficiency, precision, maybe even a bit of predictable calm if we're lucky.
That's the goal.
So if you've ever wondered how to avoid those frustrating on-site clashes, or maybe just streamline your design process, or even just get a clearer view of your whole project,
Then you're definitely in the right place for this deep dive.
okay, before we really dig in, if you find this deep dive valuable, or, if it sparks some new ideas for your own projects,
Please do consider following or maybe leaving a comment.
yeah, your engagement really helps us bring more of these insights to you. Lets us know what you want to hear about next.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's unpack a scenario. One that, unfortunately, feels all too familiar for probably many of you listening.
Go on.
Imagine your latest infrastructure project. Maybe that's a new road network, could be a complex utility system, or maybe a big urban development.
Yep.
And it's constantly hitting snags, it's creeping over budget, slipping behind schedule. Does that sound familiar?
Oh, absolutely. It's a narrative many in civil engineering know all too well. It's like this persistent whisper of inefficiency that's kind of plagued the industry for decades.
Right, so what's the root cause?
Well, you've really hit on the core issue there. The root cause, as we've seen and analyzed in civil engineering for, decades, it very often boils down to something that sounds simple. Fragmented 2D drawings.
Just drawings.
Well, this traditional workflow, yeah, it seems straightforward, maybe, but it inherently creates these communication chasms, gaps between different teams, different disciplines, even different project phases.
Makes sense.
I mean, think about it. Trying to build something complex, like a major airport expansion or a vital wastewater treatment plant,
Yeah.
when the plans for drainage, electrical conduits, foundations, landscaping, they're all created in isolation. Each discipline works in its own little world, right?
Right, with their own plans.
Their own set of 2D plans,
Yeah.
separate tools, often updating those plans at different times, completely uncoordinated.
Yeah.
Each piece of information becomes its own silo.
A data silo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Holding its data, but crucially, not really talking or interacting dynamically with the others.
Okay, so these silos aren't communicating. What does that actually mean on the ground? What are the real-world implications?
What happens when everyone's working from their own separate static puzzle pieces, sometimes out of sync without even knowing it?
Yeah.
Well, the fallout from these communication gaps is, frankly, profound and expensive.
I bet.
These gaps directly lead to those on-site clashes that absolutely nobody saw coming during the design phase. It's almost comical sometimes, but it's persistently frustrating. It's challenged civil engineering for decades, costing firms just so much time and obviously significant money.
Can you give an example?
Sure, imagine this.
Yeah.
Your excavation crew is digging for a critical utility line, maybe a new fiber optic conduit, right?
Right.
Only to discover it intersects directly with a structural piling, or maybe another pre-planned vital system.
Oh, no.
Suddenly, everything stops. Digging stops. You've got highly paid crews just standing by, expensive machinery idling.
And the deadline.
Exactly. Project deadlines, which were probably already tight, are now looming like thunderclouds. All because two absolutely vital pieces of the design didn't talk to each other until it was physically impossible to proceed without a major fix.
That feeling of discovering problems during excavation, that
Yep.
has to be the worst-case scenario.
It truly is. It brings everything to a grinding halt, demands immediate, often high-pressure solutions, and it quickly escalates costs through rework, delays, maybe even penalty clauses.
It's not just a hiccup.
No, it's a fundamental disruption to the project's momentum, its budget, and ultimately its profitability. And these aren't just isolated incidents, they're systemic. They happen all the time.
So in our sources, industry reports, studies call this traditional workflow fundamentally flawed. That's a pretty strong indictment.
It is.
Why such a powerful statement? especially for something that's been the standard for so long.
Right.
What makes it so inherently problematic?
It's strong because the underlying issue is systemic. Data exists in separate, disconnected silos. Let's break that down a bit. In a traditional workflow, you have multiple distinct documents, right? Intricate 2D drawings for different disciplines, detailed spreadsheets for quantity takeoffs, separate schedules for construction.
Hip things.
Critically, yes, all managed independently. They don't automatically update each other. That's the key.
Right.
So when a design change comes in, maybe modifying the slope of a storm drain pipe because you found an unforeseen underground obstacle,
Yep. Happens all the time.
that critical update doesn't automatically ripple across all related project documents.
Ah, I see the problem.
Exactly. This creates a dangerous ripple effect. You end up with different teams, inadvertently working with different versions of the information.
Oh, boy.
Your design engineers might be on iteration 5.0, right? But your procurement team, they might still be ordering materials based on 4.2 because the update wasn't clearly communicated or integrated.
And the guys in the field.
Meanwhile, the construction crews out on site could be following plans that are even older. Each group is operating with their own data set, often unknowingly, totally out of sync.
That sounds like chaos.
This inconsistency, as you can well imagine, leads directly to a whole cascade of expensive mistakes, extensive rework on site, frustrating time-consuming disputes during construction.
Yeah, the blame game starts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a deeply inefficient reactive cycle. It doesn't just cost money and time. It erodes trust, slows progress. It's not about individual errors, really. It's about a systemic vulnerability built into the process itself.
Like design debt.
Some call it that, yeah. Minor inconsistencies that compound, sometimes needing complex, costly fixes way down the line for things you didn't even think about, like maintenance access or future regulations. It's a cycle firms are desperate to break.
Okay, so if these traditional methods with their fragmented data and communication gaps, if they're clearly the problem, what's the solution? The transformative solution.
Right.
Here's where it gets really interesting, moving beyond that status quo. Building information modeling. BIM.
BIM.
Yeah, but this isn't just about creating a prettier, static 3D model, is it? We've seen basic 3D stuff for a while now, but BIM feels like a whole different beast. What really elevates it?
You're absolutely right. It's way beyond basic 3D modeling. Fundamentally, BIM is a collaborative, data-integrated approach. It covers planning, designing, constructing, and even managing infrastructure through its entire life cycle.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. Think of it less like a drawing tool and more like the central nervous system for your entire project.
Okay, I like that analogy. Central nervous system.
Unlike simple 3D visualization, which just shows the geometry of the shape, BIM embeds a huge amount of non-graphical, intelligent information directly into every single element within the model.
Intelligent information.
Yeah, it's not just about seeing the shape. It's about understanding everything about that shape, its properties, its relationships, its exact role in the bigger system.
Got it.
This deep integration of geometry with rich data, that's what makes BIM so revolutionary for civil engineering. It sets a completely new standard for precision and collaboration.
And that's why it's becoming critical in successful civil engineering outsourcing too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a core component now.
Okay, that central nervous system analogy really clicks. It paints a clear picture. So it's not just visual. What makes BIM so much more powerful than just a static picture, like a digital blueprint? How does it actually move beyond that to become dynamic and intelligent?
Well, what's truly fascinating and frankly powerful about a BIM environment is that every element in the model is an intelligent object. Not just a simple shape or a line on a drawing.
Okay, intelligent objects, like what?
Let's take our storm drain pipe again.
Yeah.
In traditional 2D drawing, it's just a line, right? Maybe some text saying the diameter.
Yeah.
In BIM, that pipe isn't just a line. It's defined by its material, say, reinforced concrete. Its manufacturer, maybe a specific brand, a precise part number. Installation requirements like bedding type, minimum cover.
Wow, okay.
Its cost per linear foot. Even the specific installation method, trenching or boring, maybe. All this comprehensive info is embedded right into the model itself. Every component is smart.
So everything knows what it is and what it needs.
Essentially, yes. And this creates what we call a single source of truth for everyone involved in the project.
A single source of truth. That sounds like the holy grail.
It's a fundamental game changer.
Right.
Because when a change is made, like modifying the diameter of that pipe because of an updated water flow requirement, or maybe adjusting its elevation to avoid a newly found utility conflict,
Right.
That adjustment isn't just made in one isolated drawing. It's automatically updated in every single related view, every drawing sheet, every schedule, every quantity list across the entire project model, instantly,
Automatically, no manual updating.
automatically. This ensures everyone involved, design engineers, structural teams, procurement specialists, of site supervisors, contractors, everyone accesses the exact same, continuously updated, coordinated data.
Okay, that's huge.
It virtually eliminates the risk of working from outdated documents, which drastically cuts down on the need for all that manual coordination that drains so much time and effort in traditional workflows.
No more endless phone calls checking dimensions.
Exactly. No more frantic emails trying to share critical updates. No more hoping everyone got the latest PDF revision and actually looked at it.
The information is just there.
It's simply there. Instantly accessible, consistent, reliable for everyone. It drives unprecedented clarity and, frankly, efficiency.
That level of integration sounds genuinely incredible. It feels like moving from, I don't know, individual musicians playing their own tunes to a fully synchronized orchestra.
That's a great analogy. Yeah.
So what does this really mean for overall project delivery in civil engineering? How does BIM actually transform the way these massive, complex infrastructure projects get conceived, managed, and ultimately built?
Well, connecting this to the bigger picture, BIM fundamentally changes how civil engineering projects are delivered. It creates this unified dynamic environment where all the project data is stored, managed, and interconnected in one central place.
Not just design data.
No, it integrates planning, construction, even future operation. Every drawing, schedule, spec, quantity takeoff, it's all dynamically linked to the same underlying model.
So give me an example.
Okay, so if an engineer tweaks the slope of a stormwater pipe, maybe to optimize flow or avoid an obstacle they found in the model,
Right.
that modification isn't just an isolated change on one drawing. It automatically updates in the related cross-sections. It revises the bill of materials instantly to reflect any new pipe lengths or fittings.
Okay.
And critically, it recalibrates the excavation quantities needed for that new slope. All automatic.
That level of integration, it is revolutionary.
It really is, because it eliminates that disconnect that causes so many headaches in traditional fragmented workflows. It means less time spent tediously cross-referencing different documents.
Less human error.
Significantly less risk of costly human error, yes. And a much clearer, more consistent, truly real-time picture of the project at any given moment.
So it's proactive.
Exactly. This proactive approach lets teams identify problems and explore solutions digitally long before a shovel even hits the ground.
And this is where civil engineering outsourcing comes in strong again.
Absolutely. Firms leveraging civil engineering outsourcing, especially with partners like AXA engineers who are really adept in advanced BIM practices, are seeing transformative results. Huge improvements in efficiency, cost control, and overall project success. It's about moving from reactive firefighting to proactive optimization.
Okay, let's talk specifics. One of the biggest, most persistent headaches we mentioned earlier was those incredibly frustrating, costly on-site clashes. The pipe hitting the beam, the utility line through the foundation.
Classic problems.
Yeah. How does BIM tackle this specifically? Does it just make them easier to spot, or does it actually prevent them? Is it like magic?
Not magic, but definitely smart technology. BIM tackles this challenge head-on. It effectively turns that reactive problem into a proactive solution.
Yeah.
One of BIM's most powerful functions is its ability to detect conflicts before construction even starts. Software like Navisworks, which is great for pulling models together and running clash detection, or even Revit, which can spot clashes within its own discipline models. They can run automated clash detection on what we call a federated model.
Federated model.
Yeah, it's basically a merged compilation of all the individual BIM models from the different disciplines: architectural, structural, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and, crucially for us, the civil designs, all layered together digitally.
Okay, so you see everything at once.
Precisely. And the software generates a detailed clash report. It pinpoints the exact location, the elevation, the specific elements involved in every single conflict it finds. Wow. This lets engineers systematically review and fix the problems digitally, right there in the design stage, when changes are cheapest and easiest to make.
So not just the big, obvious clashes.
No, what's really great is it's not just spotting the obvious pipe-through-beam clash.
Yeah.
BIM can identify subtle spatial conflicts too, like maybe insufficient clearance for future maintenance access, or even potential sequencing conflicts during the actual construction.
That's incredibly detailed.
It is. Let's take that real-world example again. The BIM model flags a critical storm drain crossing a sewer line, at the exact same depth in the utility corridor.
Okay.
Without BIM, you discover that during excavation. Cue the grinding halt, idling crews, engineers rushing to site, frantic redesigns, work stoppages, change orders, the whole mess.
Yeah, nightmare scenario.
But resolving that identical issue digitally, it costs a tiny fraction of the on-site fix, maybe a few hours of an engineer's time adjusting the model digitally. Compare that to days, maybe weeks of delay, and potentially tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars in wasted labor and materials.
Huge difference.
Massive. This proactive conflict resolution is a critical advantage for any firm looking to streamline operations. And it's especially valuable when considering civil engineering outsourcing to optimize project delivery and minimize those unforeseen risks.
It sounds like prevention truly is absolutely key, especially given how incredibly expensive it is to make design changes once construction is actually underway. That cost curve just skyrockets, doesn't it?
You've hit on a critical truth. The construction phase is, without a doubt, the most expensive and disruptive time to make design changes, period.
So BIM helps avoid that pain.
Dramatically. It minimizes the risk by empowering teams to visualize, test, and coordinate every single component, every system, every spatial relationship long before you order materials or start building.
Can you quantify that?
Think about a large bridge project. A single undetected clash, say, between a post-tensioning cable duct and a rebar cage that could easily lead to a week of delays. You'd involve multiple engineering teams, maybe refabricate custom steel, need specialized re-inspections.
Thousands of dollars just ticking away.
Easily. Thousands in idle equipment and labor. Now, multiply that across a complex infrastructure project with dozens of potential issues like that. The costs escalate into the millions very, very rapidly. It can easily reach 5–10% of the entire project budget just from rework alone.
Wow, that's staggering.
And what's more, by preventing procurement mistakes like ordering the wrong pipe diameter that won't fit or structural components that don't align BIM directly cuts wasted materials and labor costs.
So it's not just clashes.
No, it's about ensuring every component ordered, every contractor scheduled, every action taken on site is based on a thoroughly vetted, coordinated, and genuinely constructible design.
A data-driven approach.
Exactly. This proactive, data-driven approach doesn't just save immense resources, it significantly de-risks the entire project. It leads to far more predictable outcomes and a much smoother construction phase. That's a massive benefit for any civil engineering firm wanting to protect their margins and their reputation.
Okay, beyond just preventing errors and saving those tangible costs, how does BIM improve how project teams actually work together? Because collaboration, or maybe the lack of it, is often where projects get really bogged down, right? Even with good intentions.
Right. How does BIM foster genuine teamwork? That's where the single source of truth really shines, beyond just error prevention. Because BIM provides this unified central data repository, communication between everyone, design engineers, general contractors, specialist subs, even the project owners, becomes dramatically clearer, more efficient, and far less prone to misinterpretation.
How so?
Instead of relying on static PDF drawings, which, let's be honest, can be outdated the second you email them,
Sure.
teams share live, interactive BIM models. Every update, every revision, every piece of information is instantly visible and accessible to all the authorized parties. It's a profound shift from a fragmented, document-centric way of working to a truly collaborative, model-centric workflow.
So everyone sees the same thing, live.
Exactly. Contractors, for example, can literally virtually walk through the model in 3D. They can understand complex installation sequences, spot potential site logistics challenges, even simulate construction phasing. Their planning becomes far more accurate and efficient.
And for the owner.
Meanwhile, project owners and other non-technical stakeholders can review real-time progress. They can visually understand design changes or potential issues without needing deep technical knowledge to decipher abstract 2D plans.
That makes sense. Visual helps.
Absolutely. This level of transparency and shared understanding builds immense trust among stakeholders, and it significantly reduces disputes over who's responsible for errors or misinterpretations.
Yes.
Everyone is literally on the same page, looking at the same up-to-the-minute information.
Fostering collaboration, not blame.
Precisely. It cultivates a truly collaborative, problem-solving environment rather than that finger-pointing culture that can poison projects.
That idea of virtually walking through a project before it's even built, like a full dress rehearsal for construction, that sounds incredibly powerful.
It absolutely is. It gives teams such a unique vantage point before any physical work even begins.
How does that work in practice?
Well, BIM models allow all stakeholders to virtually explore the project in full 3D. You can even add time 4D to see sequencing, or cost 5D for budget tracking within the model. This is particularly valuable for complex civil systems. Think about those intricate underground utility networks. Storm drains, sewers, water, gas, communications, all weaving together.
Yeah, spaghetti junction underground.
Exactly. Or dense mechanical plant rooms in a pumping station. Or the complex substructure of a bridge. These systems can be reviewed in meticulous detail.
What kinds of things can you spot?
Teams can identify potential access issues for future maintenance, ensure there's enough clearance for equipment installation, even optimize traffic flow during construction phasing, all digitally.
And for the non-technical people?
Owners and other stakeholders who might really struggle to visualize a complex design from traditional blueprints benefit immensely from this visual clarity. They can literally see how different elements will interact, understand the spatial relationships, visualize the finished asset in a tangible way.
So they can make better decisions.
It empowers them to make far more informed decisions about design changes, material selections, or crucial construction sequencing much earlier in the process, back when those changes are still relatively inexpensive and simple to implement.
Bridges the gap.
It dramatically bridges the gap between abstract technical drawings and real-world understanding. It fosters a truly holistic approach to project development.
So it sounds like the benefits of BIM extend way beyond just design and construction. It seems like it offers significant long-term value for the entire life cycle of an infrastructure project, stretching into operations and maintenance.
Absolutely. And this raises a really important question. What about that long-term sustained value?
Right. What happens after ribbon cutting?
Once the project is complete, the physical asset is delivered.
Mhm.
The BIM model doesn't just get archived. It serves as a digital twin of the birth infrastructure.
A digital twin, I've heard that term.
This is where the long-term strategic advantage really becomes clear, and it's a critical differentiator for firms focusing on lifecycle value. This digital twin isn't just a static record, it's a living, dynamic database.
What kind of data?
It contains incredibly detailed non-graphical information about every single component within the infrastructure. We're talking everything from specific equipment serial numbers, precise installation dates, manufacturer warranty info, to detailed maintenance schedules, links to operational manuals, exact specs for replacement parts, everything.
So facility managers must love this.
They do. Facility managers and operations teams can leverage this rich data to plan preventive maintenance with unparalleled precision. They can manage energy efficiency by analyzing real-time performance data against the design intent. They can quickly locate components for repair or replacement without guesswork or digging through old paper archives.
That's huge for efficiency.
It transforms BIM from just a design and construction tool into a comprehensive long-term asset management system. It keeps delivering immense value throughout the entire operational lifecycle of the infrastructure.
Optimizing everything.
Everything from routine upkeep and space management to major renovations, upgrades, even eventual decommissioning. This comprehensive lifecycle management is a key differentiator.
And again, civil engineering outsourcing helps here.
Definitely. Firms utilizing civil engineering outsourcing, especially with partners like AXANH engineers who are proficient in these advanced BIM practices, can leverage this to provide superior, enduring value to their clients. It's about building intelligence into the asset itself.
Okay, so given all these incredible advantages, preventing clashes, saving costs, improving communication, virtual exploration, the digital twin for long-term value, it sounds like a no-brainer.
It does seem that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. So why isn't every single civil engineering firm already fully immersed in BIM? What's genuinely holding them back from adopting what seems like a clearly superior methodology?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it really gets to the heart of the challenge many firms face today. The advantages of BIM are clear. They're undeniable, frankly revolutionary. They're not theoretical anymore.
Right.
But the real difficulty lies not in understanding its value, but in overcoming the significant operational and financial hurdles of implementing it fully in-house.
Okay, hurdles. Like what?
Full, truly effective BIM adoption requires a substantial investment, not just conceptually, but in actual specialized software.
Software costs.
Yes, we're talking about cutting-edge, industry-standard tools.
Yeah.
Like Civil 3D, which is specifically designed for complex civil infrastructure, roads, grading, utilities, drainage.
Right.
Then there's InfoWorks for early-stage conceptual planning, visualization, putting designs in context, and robust collaboration platforms like Autodesk Construction Cloud for connecting design, field, and project management data.
That sounds expensive.
These tools, while incredibly powerful, represent substantial upfront costs, licenses, subscriptions, the high-performance hardware needed to run them smoothly.
Yeah.
That alone can be a major barrier for firms, especially smaller or mid-sized ones.
So it's not just about buying the software licenses then. It sounds like there's a whole ecosystem of organizational change needed too.
Oh, far from it. Beyond the software, firms have to dedicate a significant amount of non-billable hours to comprehensive staff training.
How much training?
And we're not talking about a quick afternoon webinar here.
Yeah.
This involves deep dives into complex software, adopting entirely new methodologies for project delivery, fostering a culture of interdisciplinary collaboration that might feel really foreign to traditional siloed teams.
Right. Changing how people work.
Furthermore, firms need to invest substantial time developing new internal standards, creating detailed BIM execution plans, and fundamentally adjusting established workflows that, in some cases, have been the norm for decades.
That sounds disruptive.
It is. This process often diverts key personnel, your most experienced engineers, designers, project managers, away from revenue-generating work. That causes a temporary but often significant dip in productivity. It disrupts established project delivery routines.
It's a big undertaking.
It's a massive undertaking. It requires not just financial commitment, but also a deep organizational commitment to change, resilience during the transition, a clear vision for the future. Many firms just don't have the spare capacity or the internal expertise to manage that kind of transformation without external help.
Okay, so these operational and financial barriers, they perfectly explain why many firms, even those who know the limitations and costs of conventional processes, just stick with the traditional workflows.
Exactly. It's the path of least resistance, right? Even if it leads to more headaches and higher costs down the road. It's an almost understandable reluctance, despite the clear advantages of BIM.
The old ways are familiar.
Precisely. The old ways, fragmented 2D drawings, isolated data silos, reactive problem solving, they're familiar, ingrained. The leap to BIM, while promising this amazing future of efficiency, precision, profit. It seems incredibly daunting when you look at it through the lens of immediate internal resources, short-term productivity hits, the sheer scale of the cultural and tech shift needed.
And these are the situations that lead to mistakes.
These are exactly the scenarios where data is in separate silos, where drawings, spreadsheets, schedules are managed independently, leading inevitably to those inconsistent versions and those costly mistakes we talked about, the ones that blow up during construction.
BIM fixes that.
BIM brilliantly exposes these long-standing gaps by offering a unified, integrated alternative. But for a firm to adopt it fully, effectively, entirely in-house, it could feel like a massive, almost overwhelming undertaking.
Which leads us
precisely to where the strategic choice of civil engineering outsourcing becomes not just an option, but a truly compelling, practical, and highly advantageous solution. It allows firms to basically leapfrog those internal hurdles and get straight to the benefits.
So if the challenges of doing BIM in-house are so significant that the huge investments, the internal disruption, the training burden, what's a practical, real-world solution for firms that want BIM's power without crippling their operations, without that massive headache?
Well, for many progressive firms looking to enhance their capabilities and their competitive edge, the practical and strategic solution is to collaborate with specialized civil engineering outsourcing partners.
Okay.
And this is exactly where AXA Engineers comes into the picture. They're a leading, trusted, and highly experienced choice in this evolving landscape.
Why AXA engineers specifically?
They don't just understand BIM, they really embody its principles and best practices in how they deliver their services. They make its transformative power immediately accessible and highly effective for their clients.
So you get the expertise without the internal buildup.
Exactly. This model lets firms like yours tap into world-class BIM expertise, access cutting-edge technology, benefit from highly efficient workflows, all without the heavy lifting of building an internal BIM team from scratch or diverting your existing valuable in-house people.
It's smart growth.
It's about smart growth, yes. Immediate capability enhancement and significant risk reduction.
That makes a lot of sense. So what specifically makes AXA engineers stand out in this rapidly evolving world of civil engineering outsourcing? What gives a firm that confidence, that trust to hand over critical project components?
It's a combination of things, really, but two critical aspects jump out immediately. First, it's their extensive technical expertise. It's considerable, it's proven across countless complex infrastructure projects all over the world. They don't just know BIM theory, they have deep practical experience delivering it.
Okay, expertise. What's the second thing?
Second, and this is a crucial differentiator, it really sets them apart. Every single project they execute is done using fully licensed, cutting-edge software.
Fully licensed. Why is that so important?
We're talking the industry standards. Civil 3D for detailed design, InfraWorks for conceptual modeling, Autodesk Construction Cloud for collaboration.
Yeah.
This commitment to licensed software is incredibly important. It ensures not only accurate, high-quality deliverables, but also strict data security, intellectual property protection, and legal compliance.
Peace of mind.
Absolutely. It means firms like yours can access consistent top-tier quality in all deliverables that support advanced BIM workflows without that massive upfront investment and the ongoing maintenance headaches of owning those expensive licenses yourself.
That's a big plus.
This unwavering commitment to professionalism, best practices, and licensed tools, it reflects their dedication to delivering superior service. It's a cornerstone of effective and trustworthy civil engineering outsourcing. And that commitment alone builds immense confidence for their partners.
Okay, so let's loop back to those persistent pain points. We started with the fragmented workflows, the communication gaps, those dreaded on-site clashes. AXA engineers, through their specialized civil engineering outsourcing services, basically helps turn those traditional weaknesses into immediate, tangible opportunities for improvement and efficiency.
Exactly, that's a perfect way to put it. While traditional methods are burdened by fragmentation, isolated data, manual coordination, AXA engineers leverages their expertise to facilitate BIM, which inherently replaces those inefficiencies with an integrated, information-rich environment.
So changes update automatically?
Yes. A single design change adjusting a pipe's elevation, a road's alignment, it's automatically updated in every related drawing, schedule, quantity list within that unified model. It ensures all your stakeholders are relying on the same current information. It virtually eliminates those version control nightmares and communication breakdowns.
And the clash detection.
Furthermore, their dedicated support with automated clash detection during the design phase. That's a game changer. It greatly reduces field rework, prevents costly change orders, mitigates project delays. It's a direct, tangible solution to those persistent, budget-draining on-site problems.
Proactive problem solving.
Before it hits your bottom line. Their proficiency in Civil 3D, for instance, allows for highly accurate grading, site analysis, utility layout, all within a BIM framework that flags potential issues before they become real-world headaches.
Turning weaknesses into strengths.
This proactive approach, powered by their deep BIM expertise in civil engineering outsourcing, transforms potential weaknesses into undeniable strengths. It lets your projects move forward with unprecedented precision, efficiency, and predictability.
That sounds like really comprehensive core BIM support, but, a successful project needs a lot of good foundational data supporting documents.
Absolutely.
Does AXA engineers offer more than just the core BIM modeling? What about that critical groundwork?
Absolutely. High-quality supporting services are totally essential for BIM to deliver its full, transformative results. You can have the most advanced BIM model in the world.
But garbage in, garbage out?
Pretty much. If the underlying data or the surrounding documentation isn't accurate, comprehensive, or compliant, the model's value just plummets. AXA Engineers has extensive, proven experience in those crucial foundational areas that directly support and enhance BIM workflows.
Like what specifically?
For instance, their land survey support. That provides the accurate, georeferenced topographic and existing conditions data that's the indispensable bedrock of any civil design.
Right, you need good survey data.
Their expertise in subdivision engineering ensures well-planned, constructible layouts that integrate seamlessly with the larger infrastructure, anticipating future needs, regulatory requirements.
Okay.
And their capabilities in public work documentation, things like permits, compliance reports, create reliable, standardized references for all infrastructure connections, ensuring seamless integration and compliance with municipal systems.
All the paperwork.
All the critical groundwork. Their meticulous contributions in these areas are vital. They lead directly to more accurate, reliable, comprehensive data for your BIM models, ensuring your single source of truth is built on solid, dependable information from the ground up.
Minimizing risk at every stage.
Exactly. This holistic end-to-end approach is why they're such a valuable and trusted partner in civil engineering outsourcing.
It truly sounds like AXA Engineers provides a full ecosystem of support, especially for anyone looking into civil engineering outsourcing who wants to jump straight to the benefits of BIM without, falling over or getting bogged down by the complexities of doing it all in-house.
They absolutely do. Their proven expertise in comprehensive land development planning, their precision in detailed civil engineering design, and critically, their mastery of advanced civil 3D modeling and other BIM platforms. It allows them to deliver highly coordinated and accurate outputs.
Outputs that work.
Outputs that don't just look good, but significantly enhance the effectiveness and constructability of BIM-based workflows, ensuring what's designed can actually be built efficiently and cost-effectively.
So the bottom line.
Ultimately, relying on specialized civil engineering outsourcing support services, including the comprehensive suite provided by AXA engineers, lets project teams transition smoothly, confidently, from conventional fragmented methods to integrated information-driven project delivery.
High accuracy, less risk.
All while maintaining an incredibly high level of accuracy and constructability, minimizing project risks, and maximizing overall efficiency and success. It's really about empowering your firm to deliver superior projects faster and more profitably.
So it's about getting all the profound benefits of BIM with none of the overwhelming internal implementation headaches.
And all the added expertise of a dedicated, specialized partner.
Nicely put.
The gaps and persistent pain points in traditional civil design. They don't reflect a lack of engineering talent or dedication. Not at all. They are the inherent result of outdated processes that simply cannot keep pace with modern project demands.
BIM changes the game.
BIM does more than just address these gaps. It fundamentally changes the very way projects are planned, designed, constructed, and even maintained. It sets a higher standard for efficiency, accuracy, and innovation in civil infrastructure.
So the question is...
So the critical question for you, listening today, in a world that consistently demands greater precision, efficiency, and predictability in project outcomes, is this. How much longer can your projects truly afford to be managed by anything less than a single integrated source of truth?
A powerful question. And if you're ready to embrace that transformative future of civil engineering with confidence and precision, and you want to explore how AXA engineers can be the strategic outsourcing partner to elevate your next project, inspiring that absolute confidence and trust,
then you know exactly what to do.
reach out to them directly. Find AXA engineers online.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today.
My pleasure.
If this discussion sparked new ideas, or if you have questions about leveraging civil engineering outsourcing or the power of BIM for your next project,
Don't hesitate to reach out to AXA engineers directly.
and please remember to follow or comment to stay connected with future insights from the deep dive.
We look forward to exploring more fascinating topics with you next time.